Moving on to the next main topic today. And the next main topic today comes to us from our friend Steve Calderon, who writes, "Hey, John. Godzilla vs. Kong recently wrapped filming, and I noticed that Vera Farmiga, Ken Watanabe, and Sally Hawkins are not returning with their King of the Monsters co-stars, Millie Bobby Brown and Kyle Chandler, for the movie. In the upcoming Godzilla sequel, Farmiga plays the mother and ex-wife to Brown and Chandler characters, while Watanabe and Hawkins reprise their roles from the 2014 movie. Could this mean that their characters will probably be killed off?" All right, so we have a situation where we have a number of cast members that are in this upcoming Godzilla King of the Monsters. Some are returning for Kong versus Godzilla. Some are not. Rob, let me ask you point blank. Does the fact that some characters are not returning for Kong versus Godzilla definitively mean to you in your head that that means those characters not returning get killed off in this movie? What do you think?
Well, I don't know if it definitively says that, but Godzilla got to eat. I mean,
I'm on the good guy's side, but I'm going to eat
I
these.
would say that there's going to be some casualties in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look, Ken Watanabe always classes up the joint. I love that guy. But he talks a lot of philosophy in those movies, so maybe somebody's just tired of listening to it, and he becomes Ghidorah food. I don't know.
Greg, do you think that that this means that those characters not returning are is it a spoiler? Does it mean they're going to die in this movie?
The funny thing about this, when I saw the trailers for, especially the final trailer, I really feel like Millie Bobby Brown in the film, even though she's the daughter of Kyle Chandler and Vera Farmiga, so many of the scenes that we see her in are these real heavy emotionally staked scenes, and she's by herself. She's isolated.
Yeah.
So it just seems like that I got the impression already that at least Vera Farmiga is going to die. I already got that impression because all these crazy ass moments that are happening in the trailer. I'm like, how come this little girl's by herself this entire time? So to me, it's not much of a surprise to hear that. Yeah, exactly. And it also seems to showcase that she might I feel like there's more than the fact that she's in Stranger Things. I feel like there's a very specific reason they cast her, because the trailers kind of give this impression that Millie Bobby Brown has sort of a connection with some of these Titans. And I feel like she'll be a necessary character to bring back. And I think, at the end of the day, most of us aren't showing up for the human characters in this film. So I think they're only going to rely on who are the human characters we need to bring back. So I don't think it's a definitive spoiler. But in terms of who might die, I always got the impression that at least Vera Farmiga is going to die. It just always seemed that way to me.
Sure, but I agree with you, but I don't think it means, I don't think them not being in the next movie means that they get killed off, because how many times, look at Mission Impossible films. Tons of times characters are in one film and then they're not in the next, but that doesn't mean their characters died in that first film. Hell, we were just talking about the MCU, right? There are characters there. Lady Sif is there. And then the next couple of movies, you just don't see her around.
Right.
Jane was there, and then you just hear, Thor at some point. Jane and I aren't seeing each other anymore in Civil War, wherever, whatever line he said that. We see this in movies all the time.
Sure.
Now, I do agree with you. I think Vera Farmiga's character, I do get the impression she's probably going to get offed. I do. But all these other characters, they don't appear in the next one. Hey, it's a big world. And this movie's about Godzilla and King Kong. So they may appear later on. They may not appear again. Look, we were just talking about James Bond, about how Jeffrey Wright, who hasn't appeared since Quantum of Solace, right? So he wasn't in the next film, but he's coming back now. So just because they're not there, I don't believe necessarily means that it's a spoiler, and that automatically means these characters are getting killed off. So let's go into it, and don't worry about it. I don't think the casting list is a spoiler in any way, shape, or form.